Hi everyone, welcome to this week's reading, and this is for the week of September 5th through to the 11th. So this week there's a lot going on, as it has been the last few weeks. The big news astrologically this week is that Jupiter, the planet of luck, expansion and opportunities, is moving into Libra on Friday. So I actually made a video about this on my other channel, Starlight Oracle on YouTube, and if you haven't seen my channel, which is mostly about astrology and some spirituality videos, check it out, and I will put a link in this video below to the Jupiter in Libra video if you haven't seen it, because I talk about how Jupiter in Libra will benefit and affect all the signs of the zodiac. So with Jupiter at the moment being at the very end of Virgo until Friday, it's kind of, to me, I feel like this energy is very much the end of a cycle. Well, it obviously is the end of a cycle because Jupiter's been in Virgo for a whole year. And so it's kind of wrapping up sort of a lot of the last year in some aspect of your life. So for some people, it's clearing out sort of old toxic emotions or old connections, or just something that is no longer working for you in your life. And it could be work related, or it could be health related or routine related. And also you might want to see, if you know your astrology chart, where Jupiter has been transiting while it's been in Virgo, because that house that it's been transiting through in your chart will tell you what you're wrapping up, in a sense. So and also obviously some people have two signs, like on one house, so then you kind of, it's a little bit more complicated. You've got to factor in both energies. But aside from that, Jupiter in Libra is going to be, I think, a much better energy. I'm really excited about it. It's basically going to be excellent for the air signs and for the Librans especially. For the Librans, I just want to say this is a big new chapter in your life for the next year. From September this year through to October next year, it's a big time of change for you and big growth. So, that's not always going to feel amazing, because sometimes when we have growth in our life, it can be painful. So think of the analogy of childbirth or pregnancy and childbirth. It's kind of like that in a way, I feel. But I do feel that Jupiter in Libra is going to bring a lot of idealism. It's going to bring a lot of romance and a lot of more love and beauty into your life, because Libra is the planet of, is the sign related to beauty, harmony, relationships, and all that sort of thing. So it's a Venus ruled sign, Libra, so it's all about beauty, and Jupiter's expanding that. And Librans aren't the only one that's going to benefit, obviously, and as I said, check out my video, but I think that's going to be a great energy this week. Mercury's still retrograde, and Saturn is pretty much almost exactly square Neptune, though it gets truly exact on the 20th of September. This has been causing a lot of stress for the mutable signs. So if you have Virgo, Pisces, Sagittarius, Gemini, anything around 10 degrees in your chart, so from 10, I'd say from 8 to 12 or 13, you'll be feeling probably quite stressed out the last week. And it's a pretty difficult energy, the Saturn square Neptune. So it's kind of like you may be pulled between the practicalities of life, what you have to deal with in terms of your responsibilities, with what you want for yourself, your desires, your dreams, your visions for your life, and your idealism. So yeah, it can be a bit of a clash between reality and fantasy, or reality and visions for your life. So just working with that energy. But I really want to emphasize stress management at the moment, because whatever you got to do to de-stress yourself is going to be super important. Don't let the stress build up to a point where you just, are losing the plot because you just haven't taken a break when you've needed one, or whatever. I'm personally feeling that energy myself, actually, because I have Neptune in my first house. So even if you have something like that, and it's in a mutable sign too, Neptune and Sagittarius for me, in my first house of self, so I have been feeling the stress also. Again, if you have anything mutable at around 8 to 12 degrees roughly, so that includes if you have what I've got, like Neptune or Saturn in a mutable sign in the first house, or whatever it is. Also, just lastly, I'll mention today the moon is in Scorpio, which it's not the best placement for the moon. You can be really processing a lot of heavy emotions today, and I think it stays. Let me just check. Okay, so sorry about that. It's 5 degrees of Scorpio at the moment, so it's going to be in Scorpio till tomorrow as well. What it's going to do, it's going to make a trine aspect, which is a positive aspect, a harmonious aspect to Neptune, which is all about spirituality, creativity. So at the moment, you could be processing some difficult emotions, but by the time, by tomorrow, is it tomorrow? Let me just check. actually, no, later today, in a few hours, not, let me see, maybe 5 hours, I'm just guessing, it's going to be closer to Neptune. So trust your intuition at this time. If your intuition is really prompting you with something at this time, I really recommend having a listen to it and see what the message is that's trying to get through. Now I'm going to pull one card from each of these oracle decks. I've got the Psychic Tarot Oracle here, the Angel Reading cards, and the Angel Gods and Goddesses cards today. So let's see what comes up for everyone for this week. Wisdom. Alright, so I'm just going to get the other cards out as well. Do it a bit differently this week. Oh, that's a good one. And the last card is from Angels, Gods and Goddesses deck by Tony Carmine Salerno. I haven't used this one for a while actually. This one's popping itself out. Oh, Angel of Relaxation. Well, there you go. I was talking about stress management. Alright, so wisdom. Okay, so what I'm getting with this, it's a number 5, which is about independence and following your own truth. And what I'm getting from this is a couple of different messages. Firstly, I'm drawn to the family in the background, and I feel there's something to do with a family member. So someone might have had something recently that was difficult to do with either a relationship or someone in their family, and it could be something that has related to sadness or a loss or something along those lines. But what I'm getting is that whoever I'm speaking to in relation to this, because there's a couple of messages with this card, is that your guides are very strongly around you. I'm getting around this issue for you and supporting you spiritually with this and energetically. And there's some kind of healing that needs to take place around some kind of emotions to do with this issue around a family member or a family situation. And for some reason I heard husband, so that could be for someone specific, I'm not sure. So there could have been something difficult around someone's partner or husband. The other message that I was getting with this was you are learning some very deep lessons at this time, and that the lessons have come through difficulties and sort of stressful encounters with other people. So you might have had some people causing you some kind of emotional anguish or upset, and it's really a lesson in something to do with a key theme in your life that's coming up again, and it could be a repetitive theme that you've had. So, but you're gaining wisdom from this, and to let yourself learn the lesson so that it doesn't repeat in the future is what I'm getting. All right, so just put that down. Actually, the next card is Angel of Nature. So this, I feel like these two very much go together. Okay, so Angel of Nature and Angel of Relaxation. It says here, let go of desired outcomes and you will get what you want. So there's a theme here about detoxing your energy, getting out into nature, and feeling a sense of freedom in connecting with higher energies, more spiritual energies, and to get out of the mind level and into the body more, and what you need to do for yourself that feels like relaxing. And before I started the reading, I was thinking of already I was thinking about things to de-stress, and I was thinking a sea salt bath, or I've read online about putting bicarbonate of soda with a couple of drops of lavender, and apparently it's very detoxing. I have tried it a couple of times and it was very relaxing. It depends, be careful with essential oils because it can be quite strong if you're a sensitive person. If you're sensitive to smells, just use 1 or 2 drops. But anyway, research it for yourself. But I would recommend definitely doing something to de-stress yourself, and if you can't get out into nature, doing something like a bath at night or 5 minutes of meditation even will help. Alright, so very much focus on de-stressing with this energy at the moment for this week. Alright, so that was the reading for the week. If you would like a private reading with me, please follow the links below. And thanks everyone for watching. Have a great week. Bye.